Hello everyone, I just wanted to send a message to welcome all seniors to their senior year of high school. Typically, as your senior counselor, I do senior meetings with each of you that are like 15 to 20 minutes in length. But due to the pandemic, we're trying to reduce that amount of time. And so I thought I'd send out a video explaining some of the information we go over and get it all out to you at once. And then the week of September 21st to 25th, I will try to meet with each of you. It'll be like a 5 to 10 minute meeting to go over some future plans and just have a quick little visit with each of you. Some of it will be in person, and then we may do some virtual as well, just depending on your schedule. So at the end of this video, there will be some different clips explaining and showing you how to do a few things. I just screenshotted my phone and showed you how to find certain information that you'll need for this year. So the first thing is I want to make sure that you know where the counseling website is. If you, at the end, it'll show you exactly how to get there. And it's just very important, especially for your senior year. On that, you'll find the counseling calendar, which has a lot of test dates and other important information about the ACT test, college information, job opportunities will be on there, PSEO and concurrent enrollment information, including how to request your M-State transcript, and we'll go over that in a little bit. Social emotional resources, scholarship and financial aid information, again, that'll be super important, and then transcript request form. So all of that is right under the drop down in the on the counseling website. So please check it out if you haven't already. So first things is, if you chose the ACT test for seniors is now on October 6th. We're planning on doing it no matter what. Even if we happen to be distance learning at that time, we are going to spread out. So you will all be distanced. It will be at the high school. In preparation for that, make sure that you do some sort of studying for the ACT, although I know it can be a daunting task. We have practice books available. They are out in the hallway. Actually, no, they're not. They are outside of my office, and I also put a bunch in Mr. Marquardt's room. So feel free to grab one and study it. Like I've told you before, it is the exact format of the ACT test. It's just a practice test. So it's a good gauge to get familiar with how it looks. Secondly, we have the MCIS study tool that the district pays for, and in there you can log in and see all the different areas of the ACT test, and then take practice tests, and it tells you what you did wrong and explains why it was wrong. So that's super helpful, especially for things like math problems. Maybe you don't remember your intermediate algebra or algebra 1 information, and so you can go in there and it'll kind of explain to you how to do the problems that you don't understand, and then it kind of gives you more problems similar to help you learn those concepts. Also, there's just a lot of free online resources. If you search free ACT prep, you will come up with a bunch of information. Miss Martin is also planning on offering her ACT prep class, and so that information will be coming out from Community Ed, hopefully within a few weeks here. The next thing is scholarships. So we all know college isn't free and it's expensive. So at the end of this video, there'll be a clip that shows you where on our The next thing is scholarships. So we all know college isn't free and it's expensive. So at the end of this video, there'll be a clip that shows you where on our website to go find our local Minnesota scholarships. It isn't super updated right now. Spring is scholarship season. So right now there's not a lot of scholarships available, but I try to check it weekly and I'll update the links. So just if it has a deadline of March 2020 or something in 2019, just know that the link isn't active yet because there isn't a current application available. But on that site, I just keep track of kind of the local ones, Minnesota area scholarships, but there are so many different scholarships available. I encourage you to look on our counseling website under scholarships. There's a lot of different scholarship search engines on there. And also check with your parents' employer, grandparents. If you have a person in your family who's a veteran, there could be scholarships available. So really think outside of the box when you're looking at scholarships. I will send via Remind app some scholarship opportunities, but I do not send all of them simply because I would flood your text messaging with scholarship information. So, and not all of them apply to everybody, and a lot of them have certain criteria. Speaking of that, make sure you're signed up for the Remind app. The information I'll put right there so you can see it. Make sure you're signed up. Financial aid information. That is also a link on the counseling website, but we have financial aid night, and this year it is going to be a virtual financial aid night. I will email everybody out a link. It's on October 8th at 7:00 p.m. I really encourage students and parents to attend, and it really goes over how to fill out the FAFSA. The FAFSA opens and is available to be filled out on October 1st, and so while our date is just a little bit after that, that's okay. But once you have all the information you need and you know how to do it, I encourage you to do it as soon as possible. Some grants are first come, first serve at different colleges, and so you want to make sure you have your information to those colleges. We also started doing financial aid completion night. Last year was our first year doing that, and that is where we have financial aid representatives from different colleges come in and actually help families complete their FAFSA. This is really helpful for if there's certain specific situations and you're not sure how to do it on your own. However, I'm not sure exactly how that will look this year. I'm still working with the local financial aid representatives to see if the colleges are even going to allow them to come in the school. And at this point, it's just a little too early to make any plans. And so I will keep you informed on what is decided for that. Regardless, if you ever have questions when filling out your FAFSA, please reach out to me. I am not a financial aid expert. However, I have helped a lot of people do it, so I do feel like I know bits and pieces and can help. But if I don't, I can certainly get you in touch with someone who really could help you. They're really great about working with us and helping out families. Another thing that typically happens your senior year is college application day. I know you guys have probably seen students all go to the library, and we have college admissions representatives here, and they help students fill out their applications. And any application, even if you're planning on going somewhere in Hawaii. We don't have the Hawaii admission rep here, but they are willing to help you with any college. Now again, I'm not sure how that will look, and it depends on the type of learning we're doing at that time. If we're still hybrid or if we are distant learning, it will be a little more difficult, but I am planning on doing something. So please keep your eye out via reminded email on how that's going to look this year. And October is Minnesota Goes to College Month, and there are a lot of free applications in October. And so I will be sending that information out. So make sure you're checking your email, make sure you're signed up for Remind, and so you can get all those notifications. And any time of year, feel free to stop down if you need help filling out any applications. I am more than willing to help you with that stuff. As you go through this year, please remember I am here for you, here to help with future plans, here to help with questions you may have. It's one of the favorite parts of my job is to help students make plans for their future. It's also okay not to have all the answers right now. We're so focused sometimes on what are you going to do when you graduate. Well, it's good to have some options, but it's also okay that you aren't definitive in your plans. I have a lot of resources I can give to you and help you with that'll help you at least figure out things you're interested in, things you are interested in, and things that you would be good at. Both of those qualities are really important when looking for future plans. And also, if you have questions about the military or job opportunities, anything along those lines, please reach out to me. All those things are important, and so I want to help you in any way possible. All right, and just to wrap up, please mark your calendars because graduation is May 16th, 2021 at 2 o'clock. So more information around graduation will come out this spring. Attached to this is a senior packet. And in that senior packet is some of the information I've talked about here, but also it will have information on the MCIS system and how to log in. So you can do the ACT prep, as well as if you want to do any future planning, there's a lot of resources in there. Like I said, a lot of the information we talked about, some stuff for applying to college, and also information for athletes. If you're planning on doing sports in college, some information about the NCAA, information about college visits, and then also there's some stuff in here about recommendations. So often students will need a letter of recommendation for scholarships, but now more and more I should say, some students are needing a letter of recommendation for college applications, especially if you don't take the ACT test. And so typically school staff, teachers, myself, principal will write letters of recommendation, and we are always more than happy to do that. But we do have a letter of recommendation packet, and I have directions in this video on how to find that. But what you do is you just fill out a lot of information about you. So although myself or other teachers may know you really well, we maybe don't know everything about you. And so you can fill in what you did in 9th grade, 10th grade, volunteer things, things outside of the school especially that maybe we don't know, and that will just help us write a more well-rounded letter for you. So please check that out. And then there's also additional financial aid information in the packet, and a checklist for your senior year. So something to help you keep track of where things are at this year.
Here you will be able to see how to go find our list of local scholarships, which is a Google Sheet. So you go to our high school website, schools, high school counseling services, and then down to scholarships and financial aid. Here is a lot of information, but what you want to scroll down to is the scholarship section. And then you will click DGF scholarships. And here is a listing. You'll have the name as you scroll through, the deadline, the amount, and just a little description as well as a link. Additionally, on this page, you will find the Dollars for Scholars information, other scholarship information, and financial aid information. And right on this site, you will also find the letter of recommendation worksheet that I talked about. Just fill this out, make copies, and give to whoever you are asking for a recommendation from.
Another thing you'll need to do and know how to do your senior year, and there is a clip after this on how to do it, but that is your transcript request form. So whenever you apply to a college, they will need your transcript. I have a lot of students email me to request their transcripts. However, we do have a transcript request form, and that is what I tell students when they email me is to go fill out the form. And so there's directions right after this on how to do that. And Andrea in the office sends those out each morning when she sees that there's been a request. At the very end of your senior year, you will need to request your final transcript be sent to the school that you are planning on going to. They need to make sure that you graduated, and they also like to do GPA checks at that time. If you are a concurrent enrollment student, you will need to also request your M-State transcript be sent to the institution that you're planning on attending, and that information is also on the counseling website under the PSEO and concurrent enrollment. So you do have to request that transcript from M-State be sent to the college. Although the grades are on our transcript, it is not an official transcript, and you want the M-State one so the classes transfer as college credits.
To request your DGF high school transcript to be sent anywhere, please go to the high school under schools, counseling services, and at the very bottom you will find transcript request form and fill out the form included.
Here in my little waiting area, I have a bunch of college little logos. You can grab one and grab a marker. There are markers right in there. And then you can go out to the big board in the hallway and hang it up. If the college you applied to and was accepted to is not on this board, feel free to let me know and I will find a logo for you or mascot and get it printed. Scholarships become available, we will have them in these folders right here. As you saw earlier, they're also available online. And then here will just be some other information. Right now we have ACT information available up here. We have practice tests and then information for signing up to take the ACT on your own. Practice tests are also available in my office, outside my office, and Mr. Marquardt's room.
We have a bunch of items available that any students can stop in my office anytime to grab if they are in need. And also we have food bags. Just stop in and see myself or Mr. Wisco, and we will get you signed up with a healthy food bag that will go home with you on the weekends.
In closing, I just want to say that I am excited to have all of you back. Please stop in anytime, especially if you have questions, but I also like just hearing and seeing your faces. And we will be in touch regarding senior meetings starting the week of September 21st, and I will be doing a Google Meet request form. And so you guys can just sign up when it works for your schedule. See you later.